Welcome to Houston, Texas, and the home of the Rice Owls, where we are anticipating a full house of fans who give a hoot. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped.
SMU offense will take over. First and 10.
A first down for the offense. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
The Mustangs have it with a first and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming in.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run play action. Extending the play. He'll pull it down. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, two things I love by the quarterback on that play. One, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And two, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save yourself, save the body. Fresh set of downs coming up. Well done.
Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Pressure coming. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, SMU.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The offense set for a 1st down play. Handoff from the gun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6.
29 Philly. 2 hustle.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Castellanos. Quick strike complete. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
The expressway is wide open. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Back behind the chains, 1st and 15.
325.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 after the 35.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Gets it out quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
He's brought down at the 43-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, SMU 7, Rice 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. It's Charles. He's got it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Mustangs.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch, called for and made. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Gets it out fast. Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
legs moving. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Quarterbacks like this are what makes college football so special today. It seems like we see these unbelievably athletic quarterbacks all across the country, week in and week out, making plays like this. Guys that are true dual threats, that can hurt you not only throwing it, but can hurt you running it as well.
On the run, it's Maldonado. Across the 25, he's got room. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
The give to the back. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Rice.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
They'll throw it on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. In a world of trouble and not making it any better. And down he goes. A terrible sack taken by this quarterback. Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. Back to throw, it's Charles. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. So close to a huge gain there, but he makes the catch out of bounds. It's incomplete. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes his connection. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Mustangs will send out the punt unit. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so
And he intercepts it. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. And it's no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Mustangs will kick it away to crank up the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here after first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Still running at the 40. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
To the air, it's Castellanos. Quickly out to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down. Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. First down here for the offense. The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
He wants to pass it on second down. It's complete.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22?
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
If they don't pick up this 3rd down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, a 4th down stop, and the turnover on downs.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
He's got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. They'll put the tight end in motion. The option look. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker right.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
The give out of the gun. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right spot.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Woodhead. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
Trying to beat him to the left. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And on second down for this offense, he leaves it with his back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
23 on the play. First and goal. Rice. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, SMU 14, Rice 7.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They move the tight end all over. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. A first down run on the doorstep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he doesn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Terrier. Longer.
Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You've got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Owls. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Charlotte ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory, and they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those gorgeous unis. This team is buttoned up. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Touchdown, SMU! They move on top here in the fourth.
SMU.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, the tight end makes the catch. He just tries to do a little too much after it. He makes one guy miss, and at that point starts running backwards and ultimately ends up losing yards.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Fires to the tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
They'll run the option. Open space at the 25. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Pocket starts to collapse. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Direct snap. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rice.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the fourth. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. This time he's got his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd down.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Back to throw, it's Charles. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
All tied up, under a minute to play. Running back searching for a hole. Picked his way through the traffic for 6, but it'll be 4th down and 3 yards to go. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gun of the game. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. The offense really couldn't ask for much more than this, Jesse.
You're right. With this much time on the clock, David, the playbook's wide open. You don't have to just be throwing it every down. You can sprinkle in some runs, too.
And you find out what your quarterback's about. Big time, prime time moments. You got the ball, tie game, you want to go win, make some plays for him, big dog.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Here we go.
Caught in the backfield, it's Woodhead. On the move at the 30. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
Now.
The give on the inside. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short now. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And they'll take a knee, get it in the perfect spot for their field goal kicker to try to win the game. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Rice.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. So now on comes the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot. That was fun, and it was big time. And it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, throwing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you can see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and